Hey!
Hi guys!
Sam!
How are you?
How are you doing?
Casa de Borzillo Vrenna.
How you
Good, how are you?
been? Good.
I've already started.
Well, this is for you guys.
Oh, thanks. I'll start now.
I haven't seen you guys in so long.
I know.
The walls were white last time you were here.
I doubt it. I don't think you've ever had a white wall.
We try not to.
I want you guys to show us around because I haven't been here in a while, and you guys are one of my favorite art collectors.
Aww.
You know everything about art, so I want you guys to show these guys
All right.
the house.
Sure.
I can't wait.
I am maybe one of the luckiest guys in the world that I've had not one but two rock stars paint portraits of me for me. So this was that's me, painted by Marilyn Manson. That he gave.
Post next to it.
He gave me for my birthday last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of the coolest things I've ever been given by anybody.
Best birthday gift
It's like
ever.
the best birthday present ever. This little one, that one's really old over there. That was done by David Bowie.
That's not bad. Wait.
When
Chris
I used to have
did look at that
remember
at
when I had short blonde hair back in old Nine Inch Nails days? And after we did the tour with Bowie, we did the Downward Spiral tour with him, and we did that co-headline thing. As a thank you to all of us, at the end of the tour, he painted a portrait of each one of us and gave them to us as a thank you gift for the tour. So that's mine,
So
and
the back
it's signed on the back and everything. He signed it. David Bowie 95. Wow, 95. That's 13 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's been many thanks for a great tour, David Bowie 95. So. So that's my other one. This is our dining room.
But we tried to create it as a little art
yeah,
gallery.
Carrie recently just redid this whole room and tried to make it into kind of a gallery thing. We had a bunch of furniture and stuff, and we kind of emptied it out and just put a bunch of paintings all on this wall because we were starting to collect a bunch of small stuff, and we wanted to group it all together. So she did a really good job of lining it up, and just the way the frames all match and the colors of the
Midnight
paintings.
inspiration.
Yeah, it turned out really, really good.
So this is
But this is one of our
This is one of
best
our
pieces
best
that we
pieces as
scored.
well. Yeah, this is Camille Rose Garcia.
This is the heart and soul of our house. Like if there was an earthquake or a fire, he gets
I grab
Elliot,
that, she grabs,
I get
she
Priscilla
grabs
the cat.
and we go.
This is something that Chris got for his LA or Tweaker record.
Yeah, this was when I first quit Nine Inch Nails, moved to LA. I lived like 2 blocks from the Good Luck Bar. I lived in Los Feliz right behind there, and I would walk over and get coffee and go to La Luz and see all the new shows. So one day I was working on music with the plan to do a solo record, and I was in La Luz, and there was the main show in the front room, and they have a back room that just has random paintings and different things, but nothing, And Elliot was hanging there, and I just was like, oh my God, Plus it's so huge, and he's just so sad looking, and he felt like I felt because I'm a huge caffeine junkie. And and just his scared looking at an empty typewriter well I gotta create something, and that's how I was kind of feeling about I left Nails, I got to do it on my own now, and I don't even know how to begin. What do I where do I? So I just totally related to it. I just kept going back and back, and pretty soon my music and my writing became a concept album all about basically that feeling of having to start over and start doing it yourself, all while being totally jacked up the whole time.
I'm fluffy.
And and so I told my A&R guy about it and everything, and then he went and saw it. And then one day, I was home working in the studio, and my doorbell rings, and I wasn't expecting anybody. And this is when I was signed to Alamo, and I look out, my A&R guy's there, and I'm like, Bob, what are you doing here? And he's like, I was just in the neighborhood, I came by, I just wanted to give you something. I had something for you. I wanted to drop off. And I was like, what? And he's holding the painting.
No way.
And he's
didn't know
he's
that.
the minute I saw it, he's like, the concept and using that as the album cover, he goes I couldn't. He's like, it's so perfect, I can't even tell you. And if anyone else ever owned it, it would just be the biggest tragedy. And you have to have it hanging there the whole time you're doing this. So he bought it for me, which was the nicest gift. It was so sweet,
Let's see the studio.
Yeah, we'll go see the studio.
Yeah.
All right.
I knew you as a drummer, and myself, a drummer, and you started in Nine Inch Nails. That was your first huge gig, being a drummer for that band. But you're obviously more than just a drummer. You've done remixes and produced for other people. Who have you done in this room, remixes for?
Oh, wow. I mean, I've done a bit of every single project in this room. Every remix starts here. So it'd be all the POD remixes were done here, and then I've had Marcus, the guitar player, over here from POD to do stuff. I did the U2 remix in here, but then we took the session from here, and we went out to a huge studio when they came in to add their own stuff to the mix.
Mm-hmm.
but I've done the Alice video game score in here. I've done the Doom and the Quake scores that I've done. We're done in here. Like all the scoring's been done in here. 100%, all of it. Period. Most of all the remixes are done here. Usually, sometimes if you get enough budget to go to a proper studio, so I still love to take what I do here and throw it on a gigantic SSL for a day and do it all analog. I still think it's awesome. But yeah, the way the industry is with budgets, that's becoming less and less. I have to do pretty much everything here.
Right.
I'm even working on some of the Manson stuff in here, just doing some of the programming. So I don't I like to kind of do it off-site, and then when I walk into his studio at night, he's got a room almost exactly like this.
So
in his house.
You're doing the new Manson album.
Yeah. He and Twiggy and I are working on it right now, mostly at his place, and then like I said, I'll do some stuff here, like prep some stuff, and then I have a drive I just carry back and forth every day, kind of a thing. And then eventually we'll go to a studio and Ginger will play, and we'll go back in. But yeah, we've been working on it.
And that's more of a nighttime session?
It is.
Deal?
Dawn to dusk. Dusk to dawn. What am I saying? Wait,
Dusk
did I just
to
say
dawn.
dawn to dusk? I wish. No, it's dusk to dawn.
Dusk to dawn.
Just like the vampire movie.
So he doesn't get into the studio till way late.
Pretty late.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is early. I got up early to do this interview.
It's after
It's
6.
Yeah, that's about right. But yeah, I mean, I do everything here, and it's kind of challenging, but it's as you know, because you do stuff too. It's fun, and it's really nice to be able to do it at home because you don't have a label breathing down your neck because they're spending money in a studio. And some days you come in and every idea is genius, and then the other days you come in and your first 8 ideas are just the worst things ever, and you get really frustrated, so you shut it down and you leave. And when it's your own house, you can just go out in your room, get a movie on pay-per-view, have a beer, relax, forget that you sucked for 5 hours, and then you can just, and sometimes I'll be in bed watching Leno or something. Well, before I started the schedule,
when you wake up, you watch Leno.
And when I wake up, yes, and then you could be anywhere and you go, I know what was wrong, because every loop I do, something isn't working, and you can just run in and in 10 minutes accomplish what you tried all day to do when you had that moment of I know what I was doing wrong, I know the approach I should have taken, and then sure enough, you just leave the computer on all day and you run in here. The bad part about it, having your own room in your house is on the other side of the wall is your couch and your cat and your wife and your TV and your bar, and so sometimes going to a studio, you're at work, but when work is in the house, you have to have a lot of what's it called, willpower, self-regulation. I don't know. I'm sure the term I'm looking for right now, but to just not just be a lazy guy all day.
And
actually
it's
come in
hard.
here and pretend okay. And Carrie and I have rules. I have a little sign, a little in-session sign.
Oh, that's cute.
So I hang it on the door. So, if I'm really into something at the moment, I hang a little sign and she won't come in and bother me. She'll wait till I come out, We had to have a little, because again, it's too easy to break down those borders between work and home.
Yeah.